morning, Emerson. Today is Thursday, October 16th, and yesterday morning, Michelle Obama turned down for vegetables. Claire Kerr will have all the beats. Whoops, I mean deets.
And one of the greatest TV shows of all time, Friends, is coming to Netflix. Maggie Morlath will be bringing us more on that later.
Good morning, Emerson. I'm Christian Mudrick.
And I'm Madeline Avery. Good morning, everyone. Well, we have a great show today, Christian. Christian and I are going to be talking about later the new HBO promotion that they're going to be selling their HBO Online subscription as a separate entity. So it's going to be really exciting. We'll talk about that later.
And Maggie Morlath will be sitting down with Dominique Carriere and Becca Chiron from Eagle to talk about Queer History Month and all of their events that go along with that.
Yeah, we're so excited to have Maggie doing the interview today.
Absolutely.
And then later on, Christian and I are going to be with Molly Miller, who's doing we're doing some cooking today.
Absolutely.
And it's like one of my
some
favorite
festive treats.
I know, my favorite fall treats. So that should be so much fun. And look, oh my God, Christian, it's you at the pie eating contest.
And we'll see more of that later. But first, we're going to send it over to Claire Kerr, who will be filling you in with her weekly news update.
Good morning, everyone. Let's get started with today's news. We start this morning with some upsetting news that happened in our own backyard. 2 park rangers were stabbed in the Boston Common Tuesday evening. Boston Police Commissioner William Evans said officers received a radio call around 4:36 p.m. They arrived to find the 2 rangers suffering from multiple stab wounds. Police believe a 34-year-old homeless man, Bodio Hutchinson, is responsible for the attacks. He has been arrested. An Emerson student was a witness and described the incident as gruesome. One of the ranger sergeants suffered from life-threatening injuries but is now in stable condition, and both park rangers are expected to survive. At least 20 trekkers have died in a blizzard and avalanche on the Himalayan mountains of Nepal. People were trekking at high altitude when they became trapped in the heavy snowfall. Many of the trekkers were rescued yesterday, but officials say more people are missing and the death toll could rise. It is believed that as many as 200 trekkers were caught in this disastrous weather. The unusually heavy snowfall was reportedly a result of the cyclone Hudhud in eastern India. This is already one of the deadliest tragedies in Nepal's history, and this incident comes only 6 months after tragedy last occurred on the slopes of Mount Everest. Well, Michelle Obama's turnip vine has gone viral. In a hashtag Ask the First Lady segment, Michelle Obama was asked, quote, "How many calories do you burn every time you turn up?" She responded with this vine. Take a look.
Turn up for what?
Pretty clever response from First Lady Obama. She is a strong advocate of healthy eating and physical education, especially among children and young people. Her Let's Move campaign targets the issue of childhood obesity within this generation. And what better way to promote good health than dancing with a turnip on social media? Feminist cultural critic Anita Sarkeesian canceled a public speech at Utah State University yesterday after threats of violence were received. The school received an email warning that a massacre would be carried out at the event. It stated, quote, "This will be the deadliest school shooting in American history." The school police reportedly told Sarkeesian they could not prevent attendees from bringing concealed weapons to the event under Utah law. So Sarkeesian opted to cancel her talk. She has become a frequent target of threats by online gamers and others because of her work. Sarkeesian hosts an online video series that challenges how women are portrayed in video games. She tweeted yesterday that she is safe and plans to continue her work. Well, that's all the news I have for now. Back to Christian and Madeline on the couch.
Thanks so much, Claire. Going back to your first story about the park rangers, could you tell us more about how the Emerson witness contributed to the arrest?
Absolutely. I mean, police came out and said that it was the witnesses, one of them being an Emerson student, who really helped them carry out that arrest because they were able to identify, they'd seen exactly who had done it, and able to capture that homeless man.
Absolutely. And when I watch Michelle Obama's Vine, I kind of just think, oh, Mom, stop, you're embarrassing me. But do you think that Michelle Obama's Vine was like effective in any way to promote healthy eating?
I'm sure maybe her girls felt the same way, but
Yeah.
I actually do think it was effective. I mean, it targeted the younger generation on social media, Vine, which a lot of us watch, and I thought it was pretty humorous and clever.
Yeah, I thought it was a little silly, but, you know, Christian, I know that, thank you so much, Claire. Christian, I know that we both love sweaters, but it has been pretty warm lately, so we haven't been able to wear them. Let's ask Lauren Fox if we have some sweater weather on the way.
Thanks, Christian and Madeline. I hope you all took time to enjoy yesterday's warm temperatures. With highs in the upper 70s, it was far from your typical October day here in Boston. Unfortunately, it's time to say goodbye to those summer temperatures once and for all. The good news is, it does not look like we will be diving into the bitter cold temperatures just yet. Today, there is a 90% chance of rain with an expected high of 72 degrees. Those showers will persist mainly in the afternoon and patchy fog is also expected. You'll probably get away with just an umbrella today because with a 92% chance humidity factor, you're not going to want your jacket. Those showers will continue into tonight with lows in the upper 50s and a chance of thunderstorms between 5 and 8 p.m. With occasional periods of heavy rainfall expected, it's likely we will have 1 to 2 inches of rain tonight. You will definitely see some puddles tomorrow morning, but this wet weather should be on its way out. Tomorrow will be partly cloudy with a 30% chance of showers. Hopefully those rain clouds decide to move away from us so we can enjoy tomorrow's comfortable high of 70 degrees without having to run between raindrops. The rest of our 5-day forecast looks welcoming, but definitely not as warm. Saturday will be partly cloudy with an expected high of 68 degrees. Sunday will also be partly cloudy, but the temperature is expected to significantly drop to about 56 degrees. Monday will be similar to Sunday with a high of 54 and partly sunny skies. With temperatures expected to drop into the 50s this weekend, I'd say we are finally transitioning into more typical October temperatures. As former GME fashion correspondent, I'm excited to see fall fashion finally take effect because that's truly when we look our best here in Boston. So, break out the riding boots and puffer vests, and I'll see you all on Tuesday. Back to you, Christian and Madeline.
Thank you so much, Lauren. So HBO yesterday announced that they are going to be introducing an standalone online subscription to their HBO Go service.
Yeah, that's going to be like different from the cable package that you can get.
It's going to be really revolutionary, I think, because it allows people to get access to all of their media without having to pay the extremely high prices of cable packages.
Yeah, for college students like us,
Absolutely.
I think this is great because now we can watch all those shows that we love to, binge watch. Christian, I love Game of Thrones.
Me too,
I know
big fan.
I know you love it as well. We love the
Boardwalk Empire is great, The Sopranos.
Yeah,
HBO has so many
Sopranos.
incredible programs
Right.
that it's really nice that we are able to get access to them.
Right.
At
I'm
more
also
affordable
interested
price.
to see how affordable that price is going to be,
That's true.
because I know, is it going to be something more like a Netflix and a Hulu, or is it going to be, a little bit more expensive because it is a premium
channel.
Oh, my God. Yeah, a premium channel. So I think I'd be interested to see going forward, how much it's going to cost.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, I'm worried, or just apprehensive, I suppose, of how they're going to balance supporting their cable package with also supporting this online subscription, because it seems to me that it's easier to just watch it on your computer because I don't even have a TV in my dorm room. So.
Right. And sometimes the HBO shows are on at 10 and 11 on Sunday nights, and I think most of the HBO that I watch is online anyway. So I'm interested to see how popular this is.
And how it plays out.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
exactly.
And I mean, I'm excited about it because it'll be easier to get my HBO account. And I'm looking forward to that new season of True Detective.
Yes.
Yeah, can't wait for that. But all I know is I can't wait to watch True Detective commercial-free in my dorm room, in my bed. But speaking of commercial, we're going to have to take a quick commercial break. But stick around because Maggie Morlath will be speaking with the leaders of Eagle when we return. Welcome back, and now the incomparable Maggie Morlath will be sitting down with Dominique Carriere and Becca Chiron from Eagle, who are here to talk about Queer History Month.
Well, thank you for that lovely introduction. But now I'm joined by Dom Carriere, who is the Vice President, and Becca Chiron, who is the Marketing and PR Rep for Eagle. Thank you so much for joining us. Could you just tell me a little bit about Queer History Month and why Eagle is celebrating it, how long you've been celebrating it?
Yeah, sure. So we're not exactly sure how long we've been celebrating Queer History Month, but here at Emerson, we find that it's so important to get all the multicultural groups recognized. So because Eagle is a part of the multicultural groups here on campus, we celebrate Queer History Month in its fullest. And we use it as a way to kind of educate and to engage students here as well as faculty and whoever else is interested in where the roots are in what we stand for and what we do.
Nice. Well, I know you are right in the middle of it right now. It's the middle of October. So how has everything been going? You've had some events so far, right?
Yes, we had the Dragtoberfest on Friday, and that was a blast.
So fun.
I saw some
all of
pictures.
the acts were very, very different, but all very entertaining. And the people who ended up winning were 2 members of the Ebony E-Board, and so that was really amazing that they came out to support one of our events. And what else? Yesterday we had National Coming Out Day, kind of a roundtable discussion. So even though National Coming Out Day was on Saturday, we chose to observe it on Wednesday so that more people could participate. And it was a really small group of people, but everyone got to share their coming out story. It was really a good experience.
Now, of course, there's so much of the month still left, so you do have some events coming up, right?
Yeah, so we have 2 screenings coming up. We have Alone with People, which is a documentary by Quinn Marcus, who's an Emerson alum, about coming out, which is going to be really cool. It's a really big deal. And then we have a screening of Paris is Burning, which is a documentary about drag ball culture, which is a good way to also show the merging together of our multicultural organizations and really just get everybody hyped. And then our last event.
Yeah, our last event is going to be on the 29th, and that's going to be a Vogue and ball workshop. So all of the dancing and all of the things that we're going to be seeing in Paris is Burning, they're going to, hopefully we're going to learn that at the workshop. I'm really excited for that.
Awesome. Well, I'm looking forward to everything else this month, and it looks like you guys are off to a great start, so thank you so much for joining us. But now, how would you like to announce for the NFL and then have been fired 1 game in? Logan Reaver is here to recap Fox's decision to remove a brand new announcer from their broadcasting crew.
Ooh, do you feel that? It's getting a little hot in here. That's because the Kansas City Royals are on fire. KC has reeled off 7 in a row and are yet to lose a postseason game yet. This gang of nobodies and young studs have taken the league by storm. As for the Orioles, hope is dim, but a Game 3 win could salvage their chances and give them a chance to head back to Baltimore, where anything could happen. But you know that riled-up Royal faithful wouldn't let it be easy. Jeremy Guthrie on the mound for the Royals in this one. In the 4th inning, it is a hard-hit ball, which is caught by Mike Moustakas, who lays out just to make an amazing play. Guthrie showing love to him. And then later on in the 6th, it is, look who, Moustakas again near his own dugout, who dives and barely gets it in. And that is an amazing play. 2 crazy outs by Moustakas. 2 defensive plays that you won't forget from this series. Later on in the 6th, it would be Billy Butler hitting a sacrifice fly out to left field. Dyson is going to come all the way from 3rd base. He is way too fast. You are not going to catch that man. The Royals take the 2-1 lead, and they would hold that in the 9th when Greg Holland tried to shut the door with 2 out. It is a hit by Nick Markakis, who gets the out at first. The Royals win the ball game. What a defensive performance put on by KC. And after last night's action, they are going to the World Series with a 2-1 win over the Orioles. Unreal that these guys are able to make it to the World Series after the start they had to the year and nobody believing in them. Jumping into the other series in the NL, you won't find 2 teams in baseball more even than these 2. With each having the perfect balance of prospects and veterans, these teams are giving each other a fight in every game. It's showing in the tight contests in games 1 and 2. No team can run away with this series. With the series switching scenes to the Bay Area, both teams were desperate to get the upper hand in Game 3, a matchup featuring John Lackey for the Birds and Tim Hudson for the G-Men. Lackey before the game on the bump. Immediately in the bottom of the first, it's Travis Ishikawa hitting one high and far, and would it get out of the park? It would not, but 3 coming around bases to score. The Giants take the early 4-0 lead, but it would be in the 7th when it is Randall Gruchik who hits one out of the park, and they come all the way back from 4 down. The Cardinals right back in the ball game. You can't cut out these birds as they try to get back in the series. In the 10th, it is Matt Holliday hitting one to third base, and Pablo Sandoval showing he can lift with the crazy throw. He's pumped up about it. So is Sam Fran. In the bottom frame, it is Randy Choate who gives the pitch on a sacrifice bunt. Choate then throws over to first, and the wild throw gets past the first baseman. Brandon Crawford comes in to score. That's your ball game. 5-4, an amazing ending to another amazing game, another one-run game, another walk-off. Unbelievable. This postseason is anything but conventional, and after Game 4, it now stands at 3-1 for San Fran with their 6-4 win, one away from meeting those Royals in the World Series. For those who were unfortunate enough to watch the Vikings-Lions game Sunday, you realize that the game was unbearable. Boring fans and having less star power than an N64 Mario Kart game, what was worse? The announcing. Mike Goldberg got his shot in the booth for the first time, and boy did he blow it. Getting names wrong, not knowing who plays for who. This guy was all over the place with errors. At one point, he announced a play in which he mixed up Vikings receiver Greg Jennings for Lions receiver Golden Tate. They're on different teams. Good God almighty. From the clips I've seen, maybe the worst broadcast I've seen from NFL action. Thankfully, Fox has removed Goldberg from calling any more games. The announcer is used to broadcasting UFC fights as well as NHL hockey games. Stick to what you know, dude. That's all the time I got for you. Back to the couch.
Thanks so much, Logan.
Getting fiery.
Yeah, wow, worked up. I have a question for you, though. What are your thoughts from the games last night?
Well, all I got to say is that the Royals are, I can't see anybody stopping them. But the last team to win all their postseason games before the World Series was swept in the World Series. So I think the Giants have a good chance with only one more to go.
I think so too.
And leave it to me to take the sports out of sports, but I wanted to ask you who your favorite broadcaster was, because it clearly isn't Goldberg.
Well, speaking of fiery, I got to say Gus Johnson, who's currently assigned to college football games for Fox, they need to bring him back for the NFL. He was so passionate, and everybody loves hearing somebody that's into the game like he was.
That's awesome. Yeah. Thank you so much, Logan. Well, Christian, you know what?
What?
I'll be there for you. Do you like that?
No.
That's right. Friends is coming to Netflix. Let's send it over to Maggie Morlath, who has the story.
Netflix and Warner Brothers have announced that Friends will soon be available for streaming. Yes, all 236 episodes. The series will be released on Netflix on January 1st, so if you've got a killer New Year's hangover, Rachel, Monica, Phoebe, Joey, Chandler, and Ross will all be able to comfort you. This Netflix debut will come just a few months after the show's 20th anniversary. Of course, we all know that true Friends fanatics have all 10 seasons on DVD, but now you can rest assured that your friends will always be there for you. Snoop Dogg and Iggy Azalea are battling it out, and they're spitting out not rhymes, but Instagram posts. In a bizarre turn of events, their beef began when the artist formerly known as Snoop Lion posted an Instagram of what looks like an albino black woman with cornrows captioned Iggy Azalea, no makeup. Iggy fired back at Snoop on Twitter, causing TMZ to claim she was fuming mad, and Snoop had a field day with this, continuing to post Instagrams making fun of the female rapper, including a pic comparing her to Marlon Wayans in White Chicks. Pretty accurate, actually. While Iggy has deleted many tweets in which she fought back, Snoop hasn't deleted a thing. And I actually just received news that Snoop has apologized. So I'm pretty glad that Snoop did drop this while it was hot. While Lady Gaga may want to marry the night, she's fine with just committing to boyfriend Taylor Kinney. The couple decided to hold a commitment ceremony to affirm their dedication and love for each other. The famed pop star and the Zero Dark 30 actor have been together since 2011. They even artistically collaborated when Kinney starred in Gaga's You and I music video. The longtime twosome may not be looking for marriage just yet, but rumor has it they'll be planning a wedding for sometime next year, when they are both less busy. I'm so happy Lady Gaga is done playing love games and has found herself a good romance. Well, Kesha is suing and being sued by her producer, Dr. Luke. That's right, the pop star first filed a civil complaint against Dr. Luke, alleging that he had sexually, physically, and verbally abused her in the 10 years since she was signed as an 18-year-old. And now Dr. Luke is suing her for defamation, denying all of these allegations. The two are locked in a legal battle, but as a big Kesha fan myself, I can't wait for Kesha to get back to her crazy, beautiful life. This has been Maximo with all the entertainment news you need to know.
Thank you so much, Maggie. And you know I respect any woman who can walk a mile in Louboutins, but I'm interested to hear, whose side are you on, Snoop or Iggy?
That's a tricky question because personally I think it's sort of just a petty fight at this point. I think Snoop's kind of a bully because he was the one that started it and made fun of Iggy in the first place.
And continued to perpetuate it.
Exactly, but I have to say some of the posts from Snoop were hilarious.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
I gotta give him a little credit. I don't know.
All right, thanks so much, Maggie. When we come back, Christian and I will try our hand at some cooking with Molly Miller. Wish us luck and stick around.
Last night, GME entered a ferocious and thrilling tournament of epic pie eatery.
Well, I don't know you could call it ferocious, but it certainly was thrilling. Take a look.
Hi, my name is Molly Miller. I'm your cooking correspondent, and I'm here at Emerson Channel Sports Pumpkin Pie and Trivia Contest. So we're about to eat a bunch of pumpkin pies. A bunch of GME people are here, so we're going to get right into it. Let's do it. I'm excited. I'm here with Maddie and Christian, and we three just finished the pie eating contest, and Christian was a winner. So, how do you feel?
Pretty great. Very full, like I'm gonna puke.
I didn't know that we weren't gonna have to eat the crust.
Yeah.
So if I had known
Well,
that,
the crust is my favorite part, so I was like,
oh,
And then I heard Daniel slurping up some of the pumpkin pie next to me, and it kind of made me gag a little. You can see Daniel's thumb
tongue,
marks.
yeah.
And it's like tongue marks, yeah.
the pie is really good for the first like 10 seconds,
It's
and then
excellent
it's
pie.
so.
and now I never want to see another pumpkin pie for
Never
the next 10 years
again.
of my life.
Well, we're gonna see you back at the studio, and we're going to make candied apples. So see you there.
That was awesome. I loved seeing you, Christian, a winner, and Molly, you participated. That was so cool. I love pumpkin pie. I was kind of jealous I couldn't go.
I used to.
Yeah, I used to too. It's not really interesting me anymore.
Yeah, you're like, I'm done with it now. But yeah, Molly, thanks for being with us today.
Yeah.
So tell us, what are we making?
So we're gonna make caramel apples.
Okay,
On a college budget, of course.
perfect.
So usually when you make caramel apples, it's a really long process, and it takes like very hot pot of caramel, which it's really hard, and it takes a lot of
not know that.
concentration. So what we want to do is use this bought caramel sauce and just easily slice our apples so we can make one individual little caramel apple and eat it just like a regular little snack.
Okay,
I love
wonderful.
this. I love this. I'm serious about my caramel apples. Like now that it's fall, I've been buying like a lot. I've actually eaten a lot in the last few days. Confession time. But yeah, so this is so fun. Should we just get right down
Just
to it?
get
Is that
right
okay?
into it.
absolutely.
And you know, let's up the ante a little bit. We all know how much I like competing, as we could see
Oh
by
my
that
God.
wonderful pumpkin pie contest.
Absolutely.
Let's make this a contest as to see who can make the best caramel apple.
All right.
We're going
Okay.
down.
Okay.
So
All
what
right.
kind of toppings do we have over
Okay,
here
so
for our
we have-
options?
Reese's.
Okay.
We have Butterfinger. These are chocolate-covered pomegranate seeds.
Interesting.
M&Ms. Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Sorted nuts and caramel corn.
So you can get really creative with the toppings you,
Absolutely.
you
Yeah.
have, and you can probably do like chocolate sauce.
Oh, yeah.
Other you can
Definitely.
get creative in other ways.
I broke a apple
Oh.
already.
No,
Put it in your mouth.
Yeah, well,
It's okay.
Just put it in your
It's
mouth.
okay. We all know that you're gonna lose now. So
so good. I'm not even gonna win the contest. I'm already
you're eating your own
Okay.
apple.
I
Wow, way
know.
to go.
Wait, is it supposed to be pretty? Like the prettiest?
Yeah, the prettiest,
Okay.
but also it has to taste good.
Tastes really good.
I think I'm
This
gonna
is a
go
little
with cinnamon toast crunch because like apples
Yeah.
and cinnamon, I feel like
Yeah.
that's a thing, isn't it? And so like, how much did all of this cost while we're contesting.
I would say that altogether, this is going to cost you about $10 to $15. But for the apples,
you can
just
take
go
them
to the
from
DH.
Yeah,
Just
I
go
was
to the
about to
DH.
say.
Yeah.
and get your apples because, I mean, you don't have to pay for all of them. But this is like 6 apples sliced, and they're little,
Oh, really?
little bitty
yeah,
apples.
this is a lot of applage.
Yeah,
You could
so-
have a little party with these apples.
Yeah,
The
absolutely.
Reese's is a little difficult to get on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if
I
that was
found that
yeah, I don't know if that was the
Butterfingers
best
point, yeah.
choice for you.
Yeah.
I find that Butterfingers are really easy.
And they
Yeah.
probably taste really good too. I'm trying
Okay,
to
I'm
get
gonna try some
the
M&Ms.
Yeah.
I got the cinnamon, but
Oh,
not
look,
the crunch
yeah.
or the toast.
Oh my God, look at Molly's. Look at that one. That
Wow,
looks
I think you're
amazing. Let me
probably
show
gonna
this
win.
off.
This is
I
beautiful.
am probably
Look
gonna
at
win.
that one.
Look at that. Oh.
Probably gonna
And
win.
the M&Ms, how did
So
you get that to
cute.
stick like
Well,
that?
I am the cooking correspondent.
I guess you are the expert.
You are the expert.
Oh my goodness, this is a
is
challenge.
yummy.
It's some runny caramel we've got.
Yeah,
know.
so I guess the thicker the,
The
caramel,
thicker
the
the
better.
The
better.
thicker the caramel, the better.
And
You
as
want
the
toppings to
expert,
stick.
what would you say is the perfect apple to caramel ratio?
More caramel than you think that you need because it's
Oh,
really
look at
gonna
that.
stick, which I don't think is too much to ask.
No, absolutely not. The more sugar, the better.
Look at that one, Christian. Look how
Wow.
good
I'm
that
gonna
one
try
is.
this
and
out.
the nuts. That's a nice,
Yeah,
nice touch.
I know. I like that.
Gosh, I'm
also-
really disappointed with mine.
A kind of pro tip with caramel apples is the tartar the apples are, like Granny Smith and things, are going to be really good because they are contrasting with the caramel, sweet caramel.
All right, well,
Check it out.
All right,
decide
all
the
right,
winner.
so, me.
I think. Oh, okay. Well, curveball, but
right,
thank you so much.
okay.
Well, thank you so much for joining us.
course.
And don't forget to tune in on Tuesday. We have a wonderful show for you.
Thanks so much, everyone. Bye.